All right, my friends, welcome. It's Ty Hicks, results coach and national influence and leadership trainer. So excited to have you here today. I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about how you actually make personal change stick. You know, after you've made a resolution, after you've actually had maybe a win or a victory, you know, you feel like you're actually making some progress. How do you avoid falling back into old habits, right? Have you ever had that experience where you've been on a hot streak for a period of time and then all of a sudden, a couple weeks later, you're wondering how the hell you got right back where you started, right? I mean, I've certainly been there. The clients that I work with tend to come to me with this as one of their biggest challenges and frustrations of being unsure how they're actually gonna make sure that progress is sustained over time. So one of the things that I wanted to share with you was exactly that here today. How do we make sure that change sticks after you make the resolution? Now, I've got a couple key takeaways here for you that are going to be important for you to keep in mind as you're navigating your own specific journey. First of all, you have got to have a structured system. I don't care what it is, but you've got to have some structure to how you actually achieve progress. Some of my favorite recommendations are using a journal. I think is a great way to do that. You could even do a blog if you wanted to have a little bit of a more outward facing experience with people. You can actually do like a photo journal type of thing. If you wanted, you could do a daily report or a daily log, right? Something along those lines, but you need to have something where you know psychologically that each day you're going to have to sit down and map out exactly what happened or what's about to happen or both, okay? But you need a little check-in point. That's very important because if you start to derail, right, if you start to go off the rails, you want to be able to catch it right away. You want to be able to catch it really quickly. And ideally, you want to create a system where that's just not going to happen because you're always looking at what the next sequence of steps is going to look like. And you're also celebrating all the victories that you've had in the past day. So if you're familiar with my resource, the Personal Freedom Day Planner, I highly recommend you take a look at that because it's the best system I've found for myself and for my clients to be able to consistently feel like progress is being made. It's a very, very powerful tool, and it comes, the power of it comes when you use it consistently over time. It's very surprising in that regard. But you need to have a system of reporting, journaling, something to track your progress, and to get clear on what your next steps are going to be for your next time increment between now and your next report. Okay, very important, but have a system. Now, also, what you need to be able to do if you want to sustain progress is you've got to exercise consistent, deliberate practice. Okay, so here's what we mean by deliberate practice. Let's say that your goal is to get healthy, okay, and you want to specifically lose 30 pounds of fat, you want to gain 20 pounds of muscle, and you just want to have better energy. Okay, well, what you want to do is you do not want to do the same workout routine every single day forever, right? I mean, you've got to be able to consistently keep pushing things further and further and further. If you want to make consistent progress, then you have to make sure that you're never settling for one status quo, or another way to put that more precisely would be trading one status quo for another, right? Instead, you want to view it as an evolving process of constant growth. And when you look at it like that, that's going to mean that you're never bored. It's also going to mean that you never settle. It's going to mean that you never have the opportunity to stagnate because you're always pushing for that next level. And that's what I mean here by always pushing the boundary farther. If you look at the individuals who have achieved mastery, like real masters of their craft, okay, you look at people who play musical instruments, people who are sports athletes, people who are icons of business, they have very keenly understood this fact that you can never get to a spot where you're resting on your laurels. Because as soon as you do that, you're decaying. There is growth and there's decay. That's it. So if you want to have consistent growth, that's what you have to do. Have consistent growth. Never think that you're just going to, stay in one spot. As long as you do that, then you're falling into decay mindset, I'm telling you. And that's one of the big mistakes people make is all of a sudden they get on a new workout routine, but then they get bored or they get satiated and they fall right back into their old habit. And as opposed to keeping it challenging, keeping it alive, keeping it a living, breathing process for you. That's the real goal for what you're going to have in your journey of personal transformation. Okay, always push the boundary further. And then next, have an environment that's going to support you. This is something I've talked probably with you about previously, but it bears repeating, especially if you're not following the advice yet. How are you adjusting your physical and your social environment to make sure that you are inoculating yourself against falling back into old temptations? Okay? If you're trying to kick an old bad habit, don't hang out with people who are exercising that bad habit. If you're quitting gambling, then end your online poker subscription. Okay, just cancel the account. Just stop it. Just don't even have it as a possibility for you. If you're trying to get less distracted from social media, then install a newsfeed blocker. Right? Use the power of premeditation to consciously rid yourself of potential future temptations. That's what you want to do. And if you don't do this, you're always going to be putting a higher burden on your future self, who's going to have to muster as much willpower as they possibly can to try to say no to those things that are telling them, hey, please, say yes to this. Okay, you don't want to have that situation. Adjust your physical environment as well. Do you need to have reminders up about the things that are important to you? Do you need to have your mission statement written and posted and put somewhere, right? Do you need to set up attention reminders in your phone that are going to remind you to be purposeful and to ground you back to the emotional states that you know that you need to be exercising, right? What are going to be concrete ways that you adjust your environment to serve you? That is one of the big keys of individuals who sustain high performance over the long haul. Now, if you're looking for that system of accountability, if you're looking for that way to constantly push the boundary further, for new strategies to always be looking at that next level, if you're looking for a medium to do that, you might actually be a good candidate for my Life Mastery Monthly program. So in my next video, I'm going to be sharing with you an invitation to join for a limited period of time. I'm going to have a specific offer available for you. It may be right for you. If you are tired of, just having the peaks and valleys types of progress where, 1 week you're doing great, 1 week you're not, then this might be exactly what you're looking for, but only you will know for sure. So take a look when I extend the invitation to you in the next video, because it's only going to be available for a short period of time, and you're going to want to enroll quickly if you decide it's something that's good for you. So I hope you found this valuable. I hope you're making your personal change stick, and I'm so excited to see you in the next one. I'll talk to you again soon. Stay purposeful, stay passionate, go out there and get them. Talk to you soon.